A very warm welcome to session 12B. We continue with the discussion on the temperament blends. I am Charity Kirigo Kagwaine. Always a great joy to come to us on this online platform. Just share some of the things that I have learned over time, even as I pilgrim this journey of life. In session 12A, I looked at the sanguine blend, and now in session 12B, I look at the choleric blends. The first of the blend is the choleric sanguine blend. This is the second strongest extrovert that we have on planet Earth. The strength of the choleric and the energy of the sanguine combined. That is a lot of power. This person is given to activity. This person is very productive. This person is very purposeful. This person is one that you can depend on to get certain things done, particularly where you are in need of, energy and, perseverance and grit. This is that person who can have that grit because of the strength that comes from the choleric. This person has a combination of hostility, brutality, and sarcasm. They are brutal, yes, in their, aspect of going for what they want. This is a person who will go for what they want at all cost, and they will go for it with a certain amount of power and strength, boundless energy. And if you are on the receiving end of their hostility or their brutality, it can really sting, hard and painful. So if you're working with somebody who has the choleric sanguine blend, or if you have a spouse who has the choleric sanguine blend, you will have to learn how to step back when they are on the rough side of life. Otherwise, they will sting you, and that sting can be very, very painful. Professionally, this person can thrive in any profession where they need to use their mind and their brain, because their brain is always in motion, they are always in action, and they are always doing and executing. So where they need to engage the brain, where you need people who can strategize, people who can think fast, this is the kind of person that you look for. The only thing is that they get so engrossed in their work that they easily neglect their family and they easily neglect their friends. So once again, if, for example, you're a spouse to somebody who has the blend of choleric sanguine and they are not paying attention to you, just remember it's their temperament, and you sort of have to just call them, to book and let them know that you exist and that they need to give you some attention. And of course, like we said in earlier sessions, temperaments can be, worked on. They can be harnessed. They can be tempered. So it's just a matter of encouraging such a person. The second blend of the choleric is the choleric melancholic blend. This person is extremely industrious and very capable. Why? They have the strength of the choleric, who is a very productive person. And they have the strength of the melancholic, who is very meticulous and who is very detailed. So this is somebody who is a workaholic, if I would say. They are quick. This person is analytical, and this person is decisive. This is a person who is a very capable leader. Why? You can always count on them to do the extraordinary job. With the details of the male, you can be sure you will get just the job right. Even that very tough job, this is a kind of person who can persevere through it, because a male is somebody who can stay with it all the way. I mean, they will die with it, So, and a choleric is somebody who is a go-getter. So this is a person who can get the extraordinary job done for you. In business, they can become very successful just in any kind of business, because a person who has this combination, their battle strategy is go for the jugular vein. They will analyze it because of the male. They will get the details. They will target, and the choleric who knows I can't fail, they will hit and they will get that vein just right. I'm sure maybe some of you have seen how the Maasais do it when they just want to get that vein, to get that blood. That is, a character of the choleric melancholic blend. When you think about parenting, and if you have a parent who is very strict, who is a disciplinarian, most likely they are the choleric melancholic blend. And so that is why, I even mentioned in earlier sessions that it's important even for young people and children to understand, this temperament, so that when you are having such a parent, for example, you don't take it too personal. They're just being themselves. You just remind them that they need to be a bit more gentle and a bit more tender with you. Now, this blend also, inspires both admiration and resentment simultaneously. Why? Because they are people who are autocratic and they are dictators, the choleric. So this is a person who you can admire for, their output and their outcomes, but because they can almost make things difficult, the male who cannot just easily be moved, the choleric who is not easily pleased, so that can, inspire hate from those that are close to them, those that are working with them. Again, you just have to learn this person and, see how to best deal with them. The third of the choleric blends is the choleric phlegmatic blend. This is, in my view, the most subdued of all the extroverts. This is a person who is quick, active, hot. At the same time, they are calm, cool, and unexcited. So while the active and the hot is on one extreme, the phlegmatic will temper that, with the calm and the coolness and unexcited. So it will sort of balance out. So this is somebody who is an extrovert who doesn't have very extremes on either side. This is a person who is well organized, and they combine careful planning and hard work. This is a person who is able to harness harness the skills of everyone and able to bring everybody on board. Actually, the motto of the choleric phlegmatic person is, why get, me to do the job of 10 people while I can get 10 people to actually do the job. So they have a capacity and an ability to be able to enlist the skills and the energy of everybody into the job. So when you are looking, if you're an employer, if you're looking for somebody to take care of your people management docket, this is the kind of person that I would recommend for that particular docket. The flip side of the choleric phlegmatic is they harbor resentment, comes from the choleric, and they can also be very sarcastic, comes from the phlegmatic, and therefore when they are pissed off with you, they will be very resentful and they can be very, very bitter with you. This person is also bullheaded. This person is very stubborn. This person is not usually repentant. So if you have a spouse who is a choleric phlegmatic, you probably will never hear them say a sorry to you. You will never hear them apologize. If you have a child who is a choleric phlegmatic, even when they go wrong, they will not admit, they will argue out their case. So you will never really catch them, So that is the choleric phlegmatic for you. So what blend are you? Are you a choleric sanguine, choleric melancholic, choleric phlegmatic, or are you part of the sanguine blends? Now you know.